Discovering the black light of the divine feminine frequency. The womb holds many forms of power, including our ability to forge clear boundaries and create new life. However, the womb is also a fountain and container of a mysterious and powerful frequency of light that humanity needs to harness for our full potential to be realized. I would like to explore and describe in this article how the womb as a center of consciousness and intuition in her most mystical and powerful aspects. Just as the pineal gland and heart are being rediscovered as important consciousness centers, the unique role and function of the womb needs to now come to the forefront so that we can continue our exhilarating awakening journey into expanded human awareness and our ancient multidimensional capacities. In particular, the womb is a sacred inner space where we can discover and access a unique frequency of light that points us to our cosmic origins and our deep interconnectedness to the center of our very galaxy. This frequency is known as the black light, and is at the heart of the forgotten feminine mystery teachings that are now emerging into consciousness to be reclaimed and harnessed as part of our evolutionary journey back to our true selves. Rediscovering the black light. Before delving into the nature of the black light in the womb space, I want to share the journey of how I remembered the black light and rediscovered it in an unexpected way. One day, about 5 years ago, a friend came over for tea and asked me to initiate her as a priestess of Isis. I was taken aback by her request as I was a humble shamanic apprentice, I still am now, and harbored no pretense of being able to initiate anyone into anything. I believed, and still do, that each of us is on a sovereign journey of personal truth and do not believe that the old priestly hierarchies and structures have a true place, so even the idea of initiation was uncomfortable for me. However, something inside told me that this was something to say yes to. So I said yes. I had no idea what this initiation would look like. I didn't feel it was something I could plan. When we met on the appointed day, we went into the sacred space I had prepared. We blindfolded our eyes and I began to play the shamanic drum in a deep and regular rhythm, an ancient frequency designed for opening to higher vision. What unfolded was utterly surprising. I found myself on a shamanic journey, rising quickly away from the Earth into space, traveling at hyperspeed through the galaxy towards its core. In the galactic center, time slowed down. I stopped and found myself in a space of light that was simultaneously black and luminous, deep and shimmering with purples and blues. The feeling was of being bathed in liquid chocolate, as this light felt thick and rich and nourishing. The sensation of sparkling blackness was something I had never experienced. After some time of just hanging out in this light, I returned from the center of the galaxy back to Earth, seeing my beloved planet filling my vision as I entered her atmosphere. When I took off my blindfolds and shared the experience with my friend, I was amazed to learn had an identical experience. It was clear that the initiation of Isis as we experienced it was simply to arrive in and be bathed in this black light, a kind of cosmic baptism in a mysterious frequency that we knew little about. And it was clear that this was also my initiation ceremony too. For several years after that ceremony, I didn't actually give much thought to Isis, our ceremony, or the black light. Life was taking me on an intense journey and I unexpectedly took a deep dive into remembering and healing my childhood sexual abuse. As I began to clear old traumas from my body, I received a calling to begin working with the energy of the womb as pathway into recovering my feminine power. Black light deep within the womb. I began to explore the inner space in the womb, let's say a shamanic cave of consciousness, that could be reached though conscious journeying deep into the body. With repeated journeys I realized that traveling into the womb was identical to journeying up into the galactic center. The womb space was in fact a galaxy inside me and I could spiral into its core where again I found this central space of shimmering, rich black light, the same that I had encountered in my previous initiation. The experience was peaceful, pure, like being washed in a spiritual balm of cleansing and nourishment, in a space of expanded consciousness that was at the same time extremely grounded and safe. However, I wanted to know whether this was just a personal experience or potentially a universal one. Having a science background, I am very cautious about claiming my inner experiences to be evidence for some kind of universal truth or reality. I began to teach my nascent womb work in the spiritual laboratory of my courses. I tried to carefully guide my participants into the womb space without preconditioning them about what they would find at its center. I was taken aback at how often other women consistently and repeatedly had the same experience as me. They found themselves diving through a galactic space into this shimmering black light, and their sensations and visual experiences were identical to mine. Down to the precise purple-blue sheen of the sparkles and the feelings of expansion and groundedness that bathing in this light brought them, I came to conclusion that the sacred womb space can be experienced as a fractal of our own galaxy, a place of incredible power and fullness unfolding in a graceful spiral manner, with an incredible black hole of powerful and mysterious black light at its core. We can journey into this light in a graceful, effortless spiral manner and find ourselves in a profound zero point at the center of our very beings. Functions of the black light. Having now worked over several years with the black light of the womb space, I would like to share my initial insights into the nature and purpose of black light as an incredible tool in our awakening journey. Black light is an amazing frequency of light that is at the same time dark and shimmeringly luminous. It appears to be formless, yet is richly tangible and energetically powerful. As this black light spirals in through the zero point in the center of the womb, it creates a vast central black hole of energy in the core of our being. Black light may sound like a misnomer, as many of us would associate blackness with an absence of light. However, black light does exist and is in fact an incredibly rich, luminous light frequency. My feeling is that black light can be thought of as the underlying creative principle, or mother of all visible light frequencies, hence the association between black light and Isis, the Egyptian mother goddess. The black light is a frequency of light that perhaps we can associate with dark matter and also the energy of black holes. Astrophysicists are now discovering that the supermassive black holes at the center of galaxies in fact birth stars, so they are literally the mothers of the visible light and tangible matter that makes up our 3D experience, black light as ultimate spiritual cleansing. Diving through the black light, we experience what can only be described as ultimate spiritual purification. When we orient our center of consciousness attention into the black light, literally gathering this light into our hands, and washing it over and into our bodies, we experience a deep emotional cleansing, psychic cleansing and energetic disentanglement from anything that has been muddying our awareness in that moment. Black light is the ultimate cosmic power shower, cutting right through anything that is not real, all that is illusory, and most importantly, helping us to release shadow material in a graceful way at all levels of our being. Black light is not a place to run away from ourselves into a disassociated spiritual love and light which denies our basic human experience of roundedness and power, but is the place where we meet and confront our shadow and wounds, and surrender them into cleansing. We can wash the black light physically through our cells, organs, and emotions and energetic bodies, clearing old trauma patterns, emotional imprints, and fractured or dislocated states of being that may be temporarily present or ancient and deep-rooted within us. Black light has the power to cleanse us on many dimensional levels. However, it takes time and practice to fully harness and integrate this light into us. It's easy to wave a magic wand over our energy bodies. However, the black light calls us to integrate our healing and cleansing right into the density of our physical and emotional bodies. As the black light works through the cellular levels including the DNA, we can experience multiple healing crises and challenges as our shadow material shows up to be seen and felt on tis way hour. For some of us, in order not to get overwhelmed, we need to process the black light gradually, and let it slowly brings to the surface old traumas and wounds stored at a cellular level and emotional level. With time, the black light penetrates the deepest layers of toxicity and brings unbounded clarity and freedom to our lives. Pregnant with true selves. Once we surrender into the black light and the profound cleansing of all the complex layers that seem to cover over our essential soul selves, we are gifted with the opportunity to experience, in a very direct and simple way, the core of soul self in all her peace, purity and power. As experience the higher truth of who we are not just connected with an idea or a vision of ourselves, but a deeply felt and embodied experience of our core self that we can begin, with practice, to expand into our everyday lives. When I began to dive into the womb and shed my wounds and limiting layers through the black light, I found myself face to face with an ancient hooded crone. Her first words to me were, "I have been waiting lifetimes for you to return here." She said it with a benign smile imbued with patience, wisdom and knowing. I felt the energy of her, my soul self expand through my womb. This was a deep remembering of my true essence, and the forgotten wisdom that sits within me at a cellular level, patiently waiting to be remembered and restored. I felt the fullness of the vibration of my timeless self, and as this expanded my body through I realized that I was becoming pregnant with who I really am. This is one of the greatest gifts of diving into the black light, to feel and experience the unique core vibration of who we are. We are freed of the cloud of complex false perceptions that can include our ego personalities, our mental, educational and social conditioning and our current entanglements with people, ideas and programmed goals that keep us away from our pure core of self. Divine Compass. The inner womb is the place to connect with the blueprint of who we actually are, the highest soul potential we possess, and our very human ability to connect with the vastness of who we are in a simple, safe and grounded way. From this inner connection to our true self we can begin to form a crystal clear clarity and an intuitive navigation of our lives. Instead of navigating from a place of attachment and confusion, we begin to navigate our big and small decisions from our deepest awareness and our highest good. This is the inner straight and narrow path that Jesus spoke of, the place of aligned expression and creativity that brings us in alignment our divine passion and truth. Cauldron of Creation. The black light, as well as being incredible cleansing, is also highly fertile. This mother frequency of light existing the center of our galaxy literally births stars. At a microcosmic level, the black light within our wombs is a place of birthing ideas, art, relationship, and all manner of expanded possibilities. All creation starts with a seed of inspiration or thought, and the black light serves as a seed bed from which these grow into manifested form. We can think of black light as a cosmic soil or compost that has the ability to receive pure seeds of inspired creative vision which can then be nourished and grown. However, the black light will only nurture the creative seeds that are truly and purely aligned to who we are, and those that are truly in line with organic unfoldment of life in this galaxy. We are therefore required to learn the art of living and creating from a place of surrender to the graceful galactic flow. We are called to create in step with life herself, stripping ourselves bare and naked, free of old paradigms, mental clutter, fear-based ambitions, conscious and unconscious control mechanisms that block the free flow of energy, ideas, life and creation through us. The black light calls us to be pure vessels of creation that restore healing and balance to our beloved Earth. Dancing as gracefully as a galaxy's spiral unfolding, and surrendered to the divine flow of creation, we can begin to return ourselves and our world to a more natural and harmonious format, the state of grace we all yearn for. Pathway to Embodied Wisdom. Traveling through the layers of black light into the center of ourselves is an expanded shamanic experience happening within the grounded safety of our physical body. Shamanic experiences are commonly referred to as soul flight, however, here, we are diving deep into the creative core of ourselves, into the innermost space of our bodies, the place where we are literally being physically created from. Nothing in each moment of awareness, diving down into the womb space to our place of our core truth through the black light is a massively important and empowering alternative to going up into the astral realms to find our truth. For millennia we have been taught to look to the skies for our guidance, whether we have looked up to the gods and goddesses of the world's numerous polytheistic pantheons, the monotheist god of the Abrahamic religions, and now, more fashionably, the enlightened deity races, angels and ascended masters of the New Age movement, we have stretched inexorably up, away from Earth and the wisdom and miraculous power of our own physically embedded beings. Instead of going up we can now go deep within. With practice, we can also learn to build a clear bridge between our everyday 3D navigation of reality, so that the inner truth and wisdom of ourselves through the black light can radiate consciously through our bodies and into our minds. When this begins to happen we have our inner wisdom on tap. It's no longer necessary to meditate, or do other special spiritual practices to be in touch with our higher selves. That enlightened frequency within us is available 24/7 because it is encoded in and shining through our very cellular structures and physical body. We realize that the truth and wisdom we seek is not out there in the spiritual realms. It is right here in our bodies and our physical experience here on Earth, cosmic inner space or galactic fractal. Another gift of the black light in the womb is the tangible and experiential experience of our incredible hugeness and connectedness at a galactic level within the microcosm of our body. We actually experience the possibility of an entire universe in every cell. We embody the fractal concept of life. We dance through our own holographic universe, and these stop being ideas and becomes realities for us. Portal to other universes and dimensions. On traveling deeper into this galactic center of black light, there is an experience of a 0 point deep within the womb, a space from which this black light is pouring forth as though from a fountain, a needle-eye doorway into the seemingly infinite power of the universe. Through the needle eye in the center of the womb space we can travel right through the center of the galaxy into the magical time-space bending world of the wormholes that connect galaxies, universes, dimensions and timelines. That is the ultimate shamanic adventure through our universe, which allows us even to reconnect to other parts of us that have lived in other star systems, universes, and timelines. Using these journeys to discover and gather back cosmic soul parts gives us the necessary power and deep cosmic consciousness to fulfill our work as awakening humans at the spearhead of an incredible consciousness shift. Black light in our feminine spiritual traditions. There is very little literature about the black light as a spiritual reality and tool of consciousness. Much of the ancient feminine wisdom of the womb has been destroyed over time, its oral and written traditions obliterated and forgotten. However, there are contemporary womb writers and visionaries who have consciously recovered their own teachings of the black light. Written references include Womb Wisdom by Padma Ayan Prakash and Anaya Ayan Prakash, and Womb Awakening by Ezra Bertrand MD and Saren Bertrand. It is my belief that working consciously with black light was central to the feminine mystery schools and lineages of Egypt, Tibet, and Central America, to name just a few. I have, in my own awakening journey, released deep memories from my own soul of ceremonies inside the Egyptian pyramids that were conducted in intense and prolonged darkness as a pathway to connect with the black light's spiritual cleansing and regenerative powers. I maintain that black light represents one of their most closely guarded, suppressed and eventually forgotten spiritual mysteries and is coming back to our awareness now as an incredible tool for spiritual cleansing, alignment and creative power, the return to our full human potential. Our energetic and psychic connection into the womb and black light is an incredible spiritual foundation for life that allows us to harness expanded spiritual truth and perception but also remain grounded and empowered here within our bodies and on Earth. Ultimately, we can see the black light as the essence or core frequency of the divine feminine. This essence is what we need to reconnect with if we are to truly purify our beings, restore our divine blueprint and enjoy an empowered connection to our most powerful selves. About the author, Diana Beaulieu studied human sciences at Oxford University and has 20 years of professional experience in anthropology, music, storytelling, shamanism and energy medicine. Diana is the founder of Sacred Woman Awakening, a groundbreaking learning and healing program for women who wish to heal their deep feminine wounds and step into their authentic and embodied power in a real, tangible and experiential way. She also coaches men and women to empower themselves so they can experience their full divine potential in their inner lives and relationships, and contribute through their creative and professional offerings to the healing and transformation that is so needed on Mother Earth today. Operator, if you like our article, give Conscious Reminder a thumbs up, and help us spread love light. Operator.